Hello, everybody. This is Sebastian Sloan, your Chair of Professional Development. I am reaching out to you today for your most recent newsletter. I figured that given the time of year it is this spring and that many of you are moving on to taking classes in summer and fall, today we would go over how you would get into and apply for classes. I have a lot of students that have come to me and asked, hey, my advisor helped me sign up for classes and I've totally forgotten how to do it. Or high school to freshman students are like, hey, they told me I got to sign up for classes and I am lost. So we're going to do a little walkthrough video of how you get in there and how you navigate signing up for classes. So first, as always, we're going to tell them that we are a current student. Again, not mandatory, but it does take out a lot of the hyperlinks that just don't pertain to you right now. Next, we're going to scroll down here to web services. This is pretty much your one-stop shop where you should be mowing this down at least once a semester. So once we're here, we're going to go click on register for classes. Uh-oh, apparently I have an invalid username. Oh, return me right home. So that happened because on this particular web browser, I was already logged in. And sometimes when you close a window and reopen it, it's going to kick you out. So if that happens, do what I just did and just click, OK, cool, I'm an invalid user. Go back to the home, and then the cookie will refresh and log you back in. No big deal. Do not freak out when you see that. That was actually a great opportunity to learn that. Anyway, back to our focus. So here is your registration for classes. You have check registration, plan ahead, view registration information, add, drop, or withdraw classes, and browse classes. So here's kind of how you get to navigate this. When you check registration eligibility, this is just letting you check what term you want to register for and telling you if you are ready to register. So a few things are your status permits registration. Status means that you're in good standing. It means you don't owe financial aid anything, you don't have an F in a class, you don't have any type of hold that would prevent you from doing that. Your academic status is in good standing and permits registration. That just backs up the first one. Hey, I'm not failing any classes, it's safe to register. And you have no holds which prevent registration. So you can get all kinds of crazy holds that will prevent your registration. You can get them from your advisor, you can get them from FAFSA, financial aid in general. You can even have them withheld by a department head for general educations. Like if you wanted to register for reading classes, for example, but you're a freshman and you haven't gone to the reading and writing center to have your reading and writing skills evaluated to see what class you need to fall into. That's a type of hold that is extremely common for students. If you get that kind of hold, don't freak out. It's literally just going to an office, taking a little exam that doesn't count towards any grades, just so that they can place what classes you need to take. If you see any holds like this, then you can usually click on a hyperlink to see who has the hold. If you cannot, I strongly recommend going to your academic advisor and talking to them. Anyway, we're going to go back again to student registration. So plan ahead is our next option here. Plan ahead is just, it's freaking awesome. So you can click fall 2023 and you can literally pre-sign up for classes. So you can say, hey, I already know that based on what my prereqs are and where I have to go to be able to do my capstone, these are the classes I want to take when. This is the kind of thing that your advisor wants you to give them. I'm sure that you've gotten that sheet of paper that says outline what classes you should take which semester. If you haven't, trust me, your advisor will talk to you about it. This is a digital version of that. The reason I still recommend this is because if you create a plan, then when you are available to register for that semester, you can just click submit on your plan and boom, you're in for all the classes. You might have to pick a specific class, like if it's a class that every semester the time and dates change or they have a new instructor, what have you. But for the most part, especially with prereqs and general educations, you'll be able to just hit submit. All right, we'll go back to our registration page. So here, this is view registration information. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. So I'm opening up to everyone. I am totally fine with showing you like my stuff as an example. So these are the classes I took fall 2021. So it basically just outlines what information has already happened, what you have already signed up for, and what that looks like. So when you have all of that put together, it's easy to just thumb through and fill out that form for your advisor or to know where you are on track. Next is View Colorado Office Finance. That's not what that stands for. View COF Stipend History. This is a stipend for Colorado natives, and once you're authorized once, you're authorized permanently, just like it says lifetime authorization. This is something that once you've done once your freshman year, you can literally ignore. And if you are a freshman and you do need to get this Colorado Fund stipend, then you just click here, you go to the authorization page, and you authorize it. It's literally 2 clicks and a checkbox. Super easy. Now here is the piece de resistance that everyone has to do every semester. Browse classes, add or drop or withdraw from classes. So browse classes is great because it's going to show you what classes are available when without you actually having to click on anything. So let's go with CIS, which is Computer Information Systems, course 2010, search. So this will tell me for fall 2023, these are all of the options in order to take fundamentals of information systems. This is a class that CIS has to take, cybersecurity has to take. A lot of business majors have to take this class because it goes over how to use Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Access. Now, you have several options. It's going to show you your instructor. I really strongly recommend that you go to ratemyprofessor.com and you run your instructor's name through there and get feedback on what other students taking their class have said. You want to make sure that you get an instructor that works right for you. Taking the time to do this, there is an advantage. I will make a different module where you can actually go in and mess around with how to rate your professor and how to check what other students thought of this instructor. It is not formal for MSU Denver. I can't stress that enough. Like, the school does not sponsor this website. So make sure that when you're checking it out, you're taking everything with a grain of salt. Anyway, back to the focus. You can see when these classes are taken just by hovering over. It's going to tell you time, date, what classes. Something that a lot of students get confused about is the synchronicity thing. So you've seen asynchronous and you've seen synchronous or in person. In person's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to take it on campus, Monday or Wednesday, Monday or Wednesday, Monday or Wednesday, Tuesday or Thursday, with these instructors in these areas. Asynchronous classes are a little harder to keep track of. So asynchronous means that your class is online and you get to do it at your own pace. There's going to be deadlines, of course, like your teachers are going to say, hey, this is when everything is due by. But when you get to it and how much time you devote to working on it is up to you. There's no classroom time or no meeting time with asynchronous. Now, synchronous courses, those are different. So a synchronous course would imply that you're going to meet online every Tuesday and Thursday on Teams from 9:30 to 10:30. It's just like having a classroom, except for you don't actually go to the physical classroom. You're on your own device in your own space, logging in and checking things out virtually and talking to your instructor. These meeting times are just as important as if you're going to class. The advantage is that you get to sit at home, log in on your computer, talk to your instructor virtually, like it was permanently COVID-19 time. So those choices work for some people and don't work so well for others. You will find that the further along in your academic career you go, the less likely you are to see these asynchronous or synchronous courses. Um, when you get up to like actual big boy classes or big girl classes, you're going to have to take it in person where you get that information from your instructor. Or you'll take it synchronous where you're still online, but you have a time and date every week to meet with your instructor. Now, when you're done here, you can hit search again and you can find the next thing that you're looking for, like MTH, which is mathematics and science, 2010. Please search again. That does not exist. But you get the gist of how this works. So once you've kind of picked out your classes, now you can go to add, drop, or withdraw classes. You select your semester, which will just stick with fall 2023. And then when you go in, you're going to recognize that the search engine here is literally the same as browse for instructors. So some people just choose to just go right into here and don't mess around with the browse for instructors. Now, you're probably wondering where I'm getting the CIS 3 or CIS 2010. Those are all something that are called course numbers and subject matter. So you have your subject matter, which is CIS or Computer Information Systems, and then you have your course number, in this case 3300, which is Business Analytics 1. So all of this stuff is available for you to search either here or in the browsing area. Now, once you select classes, they'll appear over here, and you'll have a little drop-down menu that will give you the option to add, withdraw, or go into waitlist. I got registered for all of these classes, so that's why mine just gives me the option to drop out. And then over here to the left, it's going to give you a little schedule here. So I'm super bummed out because my two favorite classes in this semester only happen in the afternoon. They don't happen in the morning. So, and I can't get them synchronously because you have to be in person for these. So it shows me on a little calendar grid what my week is going to look like. This is important, especially if you're applying for jobs or positions. Having this downloaded as a PDF right off the bat when you're applying for places is a lot of help because then you can be like, listen, this is when I am in class and cannot work, and the proof is in the pudding. Now, when it comes to finding out what classes you need to take, you want to go back here to our little student web service hub and click on degree progress report. So this keeps track of where you are in your progress. I am a junior and I have, let's see, a GPA of 3.54. So that means that this is where I am so far in my progress to get my graduate degree. Green check marks mean I've completed it. Open red circles mean they don't know what's going on with it. And this little blue half moon thing means that it's in progress. You'll notice after you've been accepted into a class, this will switch from being an open red circle to being the little half moon thing. Even though I haven't actually signed up for or I haven't actually taken any of these classes yet, it showed as pending just to emphasize, hey, this is where you are. You've actually signed up for it. So for example, here, I still have to take information system security. So if you go right over here, they're going to label this CIS 3500. And if you click this little box, it'll tell you what your prerequisites are. Well, it will when Jason's not being a pill. At the end of the day, this is how you know what to sign up for. So we're going to go CIS 3500. Okay, back to registration. We already know I want CIS 3500. Search. So right here, this is telling me that in fall, they offer this class twice. Monday and Wednesdays on both times, but one time is 5:30 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. The other time is 3:30 p.m. to 4:45 p.m. That's another thing I'm noticing when you start getting into these upper division classes. For some reason, they're only afternoon. Anyway, I get two options, in person or synchronous. So I could take this class synchronously. And again, synchronous means that I am online, yes, but I have to meet at a predetermined time every day. That's why you still have the time right here. So 5:30 to 6:45, I can be at home, but I have to log onto the computer and I have to do this instruction with my instructor on the computer at this time every Monday and every Wednesday. Or I can just say, okay, screw it, I'm going to be in person. Now, you see if I click add, it goes from there all the way down here to my added classes. Now, when I want to go over, why will you not let me go over? There we go, that's why. So right over here, I get web registered. That's just the default. So web registered means that, hey, I've selected this class, I want to register for it, and I selected this class while I was online. Okay, whatever, no big deal. When I hit submit, it's going to pop up right here and say, oh, cool, you've been successfully saved and added into this class. Now, this class, I can't take yet. It'll let me, but I'm like, you know what? 5 classes in one semester, that's a little bit too much. I don't want to handle all that. So I can go up here and information systems for cybersecurity. I can say, you know what? That's too much. I'm going to drop it. Boom, you see the instant update that I've deleted it and it's been dropped. And it's back up here where I could, well, got it. So you won't be able to add it again unless you refresh and come back in. But long story short, once you have this status here listed as registered, you're good. You are in the class, you are set up, you are ready to go. There's nothing else that you have to do. This is a real basic way to sign up for classes. As you see up here, you have enter CRNs. That's a unique class number. So a CRN, if you looked at your dashboard here, would not be an option. CRNs are the specific class, where it is, who's teaching it, that sort of thing. So for example, if you have an instructor who you really like, you're like, hey, I want to take you again. What other classes do you teach? And they tell you, I teach this and this. And you're like, oh, cool, I need to take this. So then you can ask your instructor, what's your CRN number? So I make sure I sign up for your classes. Plans are the same way. Remember when we were back over here at the registration, I said plan ahead? So if you go into add and withdraw classes and you click plans, here's where you're going to have a selected plan. Then you can hit add plan and it's going to take everything from there down to here where you can then just click submit and you are good to go. And finally, you have schedule and options. So this is literally just the calendar here written out in line by line, format. And that is how you register for classes each semester. I would very strongly advise that everyone go in and make a plan and kind of check out where you want to take what, when, and why. This will get your academic advisor off your butt, and it'll make signing up for classes each semester a heck of a lot easier. I hope this video was helpful for everyone and that you are now able to sign up for classes and no longer stress about it. Have a great rest of your day.